Have you ever wondered if a tiny routine, something you barely notice, could quietly be draining your strength day after day? Is it possible that one small mistake, repeated over time, is making your muscles vanish without you even suspecting it? It sounds dramatic, but sometimes the greatest risks are the ones that happen in silence. If you're in your golden years, or if you care deeply for someone who is, I want you to know, this conversation is here for you. Growing older brings unique challenges, and every new decade asks for a little more attention, a little more care. We're not here to judge, only to help you notice what your body might be trying to say. Today, I want to share something important, something that could change the way you look at your daily habits. We'll look at signals and choices that are often overlooked, but that science and real-life experience show can make a huge difference. There's hope, and there are simple steps you can take to protect your strength starting now. Before we dive in, I'd love to know, where are you watching from? Drop a comment below and tell me your city or country. It's always amazing to see how many people are part of this community, all learning and caring together. And stay with me, because in a moment, I'll show you how the smallest detail in your day might be your very first clue. The strength of your grip. Have you ever noticed how firmly you can hold a glass of water, open a jar, or carry your grocery bag? The strength of your grip is one of those signs that quietly reveals how your muscles are really doing. It's easy to overlook, but paying attention to how strong your hands feel can tell a lot about your overall health and independence. Health professionals often look at grip strength as a simple way to understand how strong and vital someone is. If your grip feels weaker than it used to, it's not just about your hands, it's about your body sending a gentle early warning. This sign is deeply connected to your ability to stay active, do things for yourself, and prevent bigger problems down the road. It's one of those little details that shows up before any real trouble starts. Let me tell you about two friends, Rosa, 72, and Miguel, 77. Rosa started to notice that opening bottles and carrying her laundry basket was getting a bit tougher. Instead of ignoring it, she began squeezing a softball while watching TV and tried to carry her groceries with both hands, just to keep her hands moving. Miguel, on the other hand, brushed off the same feeling. Little by little, he stopped helping in the kitchen and avoided carrying things because it felt frustrating. Over time, Rosa found herself moving with more confidence and enjoying her daily activities. Miguel, however, grew more discouraged. Everyday tasks that once felt easy became harder, and he started needing help more often. Ignoring a weaker grip might seem like a small thing, but it can sneak up on you. It can mean losing the freedom to open a door by yourself, pour a cup of coffee, or pick up your grandchild. Over time, daily life can feel less safe and more tiring. But there are simple ways to help your hands stay strong. Squeezing a softball for a few minutes each day or using a hand towel to do light twists can make a real difference. Even gentle stretches with your fingers and wrists help keep your hands ready for whatever comes next. Because if your hands can say so much, just wait until you discover what the next small sign can reveal about your well-being. The steadiness of their steps when walking across the room. This simple, everyday movement, crossing the living room or walking to the kitchen, says much more about health and vitality than most people realize. For older adults, the ability to walk steadily, without hesitation or unsteadiness, is often one of the first things attentive family members or healthcare professionals notice. It's a subtle sign, but one that quietly reveals the body's balance, lower body strength, and coordination. Smooth, confident steps often signal that muscles, nerves, and joints are working together in harmony, supporting independence and reducing the risk of accidents. Imagine two friends, Anna and Vera, both in their 70s. Anna moves with care, but her steps are sure and deliberate, even when carrying a cup of coffee from the table to the sofa. She takes her time, but never seems uncertain. Vera, on the other hand, has begun to shuffle a little, sometimes hesitating before standing up or starting to walk. She avoids carrying things unless absolutely necessary, and has started to feel anxious about rugs or uneven floors. Anna feels a quiet pride in managing her day-to-day tasks independently, while Vera experiences frustration and a growing sense of vulnerability. When the steadiness of your steps begins to fade, even slightly, it can lead to a cascade of challenges. Small stumbles or hesitations today can become big obstacles tomorrow. Loss of confidence, increased risk of falls, and greater dependence on others for basic activities. Often, these changes appear long before any doctor makes a diagnosis. They're the body's early warning system, a gentle nudge to pay attention before bigger problems arise. But there's good news. Simple actions can make a real difference. Practicing standing up from a chair without using your hands, walking slowly along a hallway while focusing on each step, or even balancing for a few seconds on one foot while holding onto a sturdy chair are safe and practical ways to keep your steps steady and your confidence high. Regular practice of these movements can make all the difference in endurance and accuracy. If you're finding these tips helpful, don't wait. Subscribe to the channel right now. Here, every video is designed to help you live more safely, independently, and healthily. And while steady steps are crucial, there's another sign that often goes unnoticed, one that can quietly shape your well-being from the inside out. In the next video, we'll reveal what it is and why it matters more than you might think. How you recharge after a long day, it might seem like a small thing, but noticing how you recover from a busy day can reveal a lot about your overall health and resilience as you age. Maybe you used to bounce back quickly after running errands or spending time with family, but now you find that tiredness lingers or you feel easily overwhelmed. This subtle change, how long it takes to feel refreshed after daily activities, is an early sign that your body and mind might need extra care. When recovery becomes slower, it's not just about physical energy. It can also point to emotional or mental fatigue that often goes unnoticed. Many people brush off this sign, thinking it's just part of getting older, but paying attention to your recovery time is essential for maintaining independence and quality of life. Let's meet two new friends, Helena, age 74, and Orlando, age 80. Helena noticed she was feeling drained after simple outings, and instead of dismissing it, she started to pace herself. She planned lighter days, took short breaks, and even included a few minutes of deep breathing when she got home. Helena found that these small adjustments made her feel more in control and less frustrated. Orlando, on the other hand, ignored the tiredness. He pushed through his days without pause, growing more irritable and forgetful. Eventually, he started avoiding activities he once enjoyed, feeling isolated and unsure of himself. When we overlook the way our bodies and minds recover, small cracks can grow. Loss of motivation, heightened stress, and even increased risk for mistakes or accidents can quietly build up, making daily life harder and less joyful. But there are simple ways to help yourself recover better. Try scheduling gentle pauses between tasks, or create a short ritual, like a cup of tea and a few minutes of quiet when you return home. These little habits can boost your energy, restore your confidence, and keep you connected to what matters most. Every detail in your routine tells a story about your well-being. The way you recharge might seem minor, but it shapes how fully you live each day. The forgotten silence before sleep. Have you ever noticed the quiet just before you drift off, or perhaps the restless thoughts that fill that silence? This is not just about falling asleep, but how your mind and body prepare for rest. It's a sign that often goes unnoticed, the quality of your inner silence at night. When this silence is filled with worry or tension, your body never truly recharges. It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket. No matter how much water you pour in, it's never quite enough. Think about it. Even if you spend hours in bed, if your mind is busy or your heart is uneasy, you wake up tired, as if you never really rested. That's your body running on empty, trying to keep up with the day, but never truly catching its breath. Let me tell you about Elias and Marta. Both are in their early 80s. Both have lived full lives, and both cherish their quiet evenings. But while Marta has created a gentle routine before bed, turning off the TV early, listening to soft music, and taking a few deep breaths, Elias brushes off his racing thoughts, scrolling through his phone until late, convinced that sleeplessness is just part of getting older. Marta wakes up refreshed, calm, and steady, greeting each morning with a quiet smile. Elias, on the other hand, feels irritable, forgetful, and constantly on edge, as if the night brought no relief. Ignoring this silent signal, the restless mind before sleep can slowly drain your strength. It weakens the immune system, clouds your memory, and leaves you feeling older than you are. But this cycle can be reversed simply by noticing and respecting your need for peaceful rest. If you want extra tips for sleeping better and restoring your energy, we have a free ebook filled with simple, effective ideas. The link is pinned in the comments. Take this moment to care for yourself with gentleness and intention. And sometimes, when the night finally quiets, the next sign is waiting in the morning light, softly urging you to listen a little deeper. Subtle shifts in your appetite. Have you noticed changes in your appetite lately? Maybe you finish meals faster than before. Or perhaps you just don't feel as hungry, skipping breakfast or leaving dinner half-eaten. These small, almost invisible changes in how and when you eat are more important than they seem. Appetite is your body's way of asking for care, energy, and attention. When it fades or disappears, it's a message. It's not just aging. It's your body telling you that something needs to change. Eating less or losing interest in food can lead to a slow loss of muscle, lower energy, and even mood swings. Sometimes it's because the senses of taste and smell become less sharp. Other times it's about feeling discouraged, lonely, or simply tired of the same food every day. But these changes are never just about food. They're about how you feel and how your body keeps going. Take Carlos, for example. He enjoys his meals, tries new recipes, and sits at the table with friends whenever he can. He feels strong, enjoys walking in the park, and rarely gets sick. On the other hand, there's Lucia. She started skipping meals, saying she's not hungry, and finds little pleasure in eating. She feels tired before noon, and her arms and legs seem weaker each week. She misses the energy she once had, but can't quite say why. If you ignore these signs, the risks grow silently. Muscle melts away, immunity drops, and even your mind can slow. You might feel dizzy or weak for no clear reason, or notice sadness growing. When the body isn't fed, it quietly shuts down one function after another. There are gentle ways to help. Try eating at the same times each day, even if it's just a small meal. Choose foods with bright colors. Fruits, vegetables, and grains add not just nutrients, but also interest to your plate. Drink water throughout the day. Remember, feeding yourself well is a form of care and respect for your journey. And as you listen to your appetite, pause for a moment. Sometimes the heaviest weight isn't hunger. It's what you carry inside, unseen. The invisible weight of loneliness, there is a silence that goes deeper than quiet rooms or empty chairs. It is the silence within relationships, the lack of voices, laughter, and warmth that once filled your days. When connection fades, so does a part of you. The absence of affectionate contact, shared stories, or even a simple greeting can leave the heart and body feeling cold, almost invisible. Without realizing it, you may find that your appetite for life, just like your appetite for food, begins to shrink. Loneliness is not just a feeling. It is a signal from the body and mind that something essential is missing. Emotional isolation quietly triggers stress and weakens the immune system. Days without real conversation lead to lapses in memory, restless sleep, and a fog that settles over your mood. Studies show that chronic loneliness can be as harmful as physical inactivity or poor nutrition. The body aches for connection, and when it is missing, even muscles can lose their strength. Think of two people. The first, Elena, makes her morning coffee and sends a cheerful message to her granddaughter. She shares lunch with neighbors once a week and calls her oldest friend every Sunday. Her eyes light up with each small ritual of contact. The second, Roberto, sits alone at the kitchen table. Days pass in quiet repetition. The phone gathers dust. Meals are silent, and he seldom hears his own voice. Over time, Roberto's energy fades, his sleep worsens, and his motivation to care for himself slips away. Ignoring this invisible sign can have lasting consequences. Depression, a weakened body, forgetfulness, and a growing sense that each day is just a little bit harder. But this happens to many people, and it can be changed. Sometimes, all it takes is a short call, a message, or joining a group activity, even if it's online. A 5-minute conversation can lift a heavy heart and remind you that you still belong. As you listen, notice not just the silence around you, but the silent signals within. Because when your world becomes too quiet, sometimes even your balance and coordination begin to falter. The silent wobble. When steps lose their certainty, a stumble here, another there, but what if it's not just a distraction? When your steps feel less certain, maybe your foot catches the edge of a rug, or your body wobbles slightly as you rise from a chair. The body is sending quiet messages. These small slips or unsteady moments are easy to brush off. We blame the shoes, the floor, a moment of distraction. Yet, these subtle signs of instability can be among the earliest warnings that our muscle strength, balance, or coordination is beginning to fade. Ignoring them can lead to more than just embarrassment. They open the door to falls, fractures, long hospital stays, and the loss of independence that comes with needing constant help. Take Marta, who noticed her knees tremble as she climbed the stairs and felt a surge of worry the first time she nearly slipped in the bathroom. She decided to act, holding onto the handrail, starting gentle balance exercises, and asking her doctor for advice. The small habit of practicing standing on one foot near the kitchen counter became her daily anchor. With each day, her confidence grew and the fear faded. Carlos, on the other hand, brushed off his occasional stumbles as just part of getting older. He stopped going out as much, avoiding walks in the park after one too many near falls. The embarrassment of almost losing balance in front of others made him withdraw further, creating a cycle of isolation and declining strength. Ignoring these early signs can turn a minor slip into a months-long recovery, or worse, a permanent loss of independence. Simple steps can make all the difference. Practicing balance for just 5 minutes a day, using a sturdy chair or support, helps retrain the body and prevent future falls. Prevention is freedom. The freedom to keep moving, to keep choosing where you go and how you live. But not all risks are at our feet. Sometimes, the next warning sign lives deep inside, hidden in feelings or memories we haven't yet named. What the soul still carries sometimes, the heaviest burden isn't something we can see or touch. It's the weight of words never spoken, regrets tucked away, and feelings left to echo in silence. This invisible load settles quietly in the body, shaping the way we move, breathe, and even dream. When we hold on to old anger, guilt, or sorrow, the nervous system remains on alert, the heart grows tense, and our energy slowly drains. The body, wise and sensitive, keeps a ledger of all the emotions we never set free. It's not about blaming ourselves for what we cannot say or do, but about allowing ourselves the kindness of release and renewal. Consider 2 lives. One, marked by years of holding everything inside. Elena keeps her pain locked away, never daring to voice the hurts of the past or the apologies she never made. Over time, her nights are restless, her shoulders heavy, and her laughter rare. She feels tired even after sleep. Life becomes a quiet ache she cannot name. Meanwhile, Lucia, who once felt the same weight, chooses to acknowledge her inner wounds. She writes letters that she never sends, sits in stillness with her feelings, sometimes shares a story with a friend, or simply weeps when needed. Little by little, her sleep deepens, her mood brightens, and her steps regain their lightness. The difference is not in what happened to them, but in how they let their hearts breathe. When hidden pain is ignored, its roots grow deeper, leading to premature aging of the spirit, loss of joy, and sometimes even illness that has no clear cause. Like a heart locked shut, the body forgets how to inhale fully, missing out on the freshness of each new day. To begin releasing, try writing what weighs on you, or offer silent forgiveness. Not to erase the past, but to set yourself free from its hold. Even a single honest conversation, with yourself or another, can open a window for light to enter. Letting go is a gentle gift you give first to yourself. And as the heart grows lighter, the body quietly learns to follow. But in this space of relief, have you paused to wonder how much your presence, your unique life, still means both to you and to the world? Today, you had the chance to look inside with your eyes and with your heart. Throughout this journey, we explored not just the physical changes that aging can bring, but also the silent weight of unspoken emotions and the quiet signals from our bodies. Each sign we discussed is not a diagnosis, but an invitation, a gentle reminder to pay closer attention, to care for ourselves with intention and awareness. Every detail, from the way you walk to the feelings you carry in silence, can open doors to a longer, lighter, and more meaningful life. Now, I invite you to take a moment for yourself. Notice your rhythm, how you move, eat, rest, and connect. Observe the thoughts that arise when you're alone and the warmth you feel when you reach out to someone. Change doesn't require grand gestures. It can begin with a small step. Choosing to move a little more today, preparing a nourishing meal, reaching out for a conversation, or simply listening to what your heart needs. The possibility for transformation is real and closer than you think. Thank you for spending this time with us. Your presence here shows a commitment to your own well-being or perhaps to someone you love. That choice is powerful, deserving of respect and celebration. It's a sign that you honor your own story and future. If this video has sparked something in you, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This is where you'll find support, reminders to care for yourself, and new ways to live with greater awareness and joy. Each video is crafted to walk beside you on this path. And remember, muscles don't just disappear with age. They fade when we ignore the signs. Don't let silence steal your strength or your days. Listen to what your life is asking, answer with care, and trust there is still time to reclaim vitality and write a new chapter, starting now.